I believe, correct?
Pellicciata? Yes, close.
Pellicciata. I thought it might be the double C. Okay. She is a registered nurse with a dietitian of Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, and is an American Council of Exercise certified personal trainer. She's a graduate of The Ohio State University, where she received a Bachelor of Science degree in Human Ecology. She also holds a Master's of Art degree in Nutrition Education and Wellness Promotion from Immaculata University. For over 16 years, Jessica has been delivering wellness services to universities, school districts, and health clubs, private clients. Jessica spent 10 years working at the campus. She spent 10 years working as the campus and team nutritionist at Villanova University. Her focus at Villanova was to inspire healthy eating habits in the students, staff, and faculty. She also provided sports nutrition services to their athletes, teaching them how to eat for peak performance. Jessica has developed, delivered, and managed wellness services in a variety of settings. She has presented to the National Restaurant Association and National Association of College and University Food Services, and regionally for many health and wellness organizations. She is dedicated to partnering with individuals for many health and wellness organizations. She is to sustain a healthy lifestyle, changes that contribute to well-being. Jessica practices holistic and integrated approach to wellness that honors the unique elements of each individual and incorporates her background as a nutritional science, as well as her experience in coaching hundreds of people towards living their healthiest life. Jessica currently teaches small group training classes and works as a wellness educator. Her goal is to inspire healthy living to all of those she meets. Welcome, Jessica.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Well, I'm really excited to be here tonight. I kept taking pictures because I was like, oh, more and more people are coming on. I want to make sure that I capture everything. So I'm going to share my screen with you just so I can share some of my slides with you. All right, so here we are. Okay. You guys can see this, right? Yep. Okay, good. Thanks for the heads up. And then I'm going to move you up there so then I can see you. Okay. Actually, maybe I'll move you back over there. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm really excited to be here tonight. As you heard from Gigi, I'm a registered dietitian. I've been working in this field for almost 19 years now. I can't believe it. And tonight, I really want to kind of go over some tips to keep you and your family healthy this year. I want to give people specific health strategies that you can implement into your lifestyle starting as soon as we hang up on this call. And I believe truly that it's really important to start with small, simple changes and do that over time. You could just mute yourself out. That would be great. A little bit of background noise. There we go. All right. So first, let's check in on where you are right now in your own health. And I want you to think as we're going through this presentation about where you are with your nutrition resolutions and, maybe with your kids' own health. And I want to go over some goals and share with you a couple different things that I think you can implement immediately, like I said earlier. We're also going to talk about how our environment impacts our health. We're going to talk about how to increase your whole food nutrition. I'll give you suggestions on some meal ideas and the structure of what healthy eating looks like. We'll also talk about some simple changes to improve eating and simple changes to help with your sleep, stress, water intake, and exercise. So lots of different tips that I'll go over. So let's just talk about, are you taking care of you? And when I say that, I really want you to think about, are you eating real food? So foods that aren't coming out of packages. Are you exercising? We know that today, only about 1/3 of adults are exercising about 30 minutes a day. So that's about 5% of our population is exercising 5 or 30 minutes a day. And only 1/3 of our kids are being active every single day. So exercise should be a part of these healthy tips that you're trying to incorporate. We're also going to talk about drinking more water, the importance of sleep, screen time. Think about the screen time that is hitting this generation right now. On average, kids are spending 7.5 hours in front of some type of screen, whether that's a computer, a TV, an iPad, or a device. It is way more than it used to be. And they even say now that kids that are in school full-time, on average, are spending 3 hours playing video games. We have some work to do. We also know that current statistics show us that the U.S., according to the U.S. Department of Health, as I mentioned, the exercise, that's a really important thing to kind of think about with your kids and getting active. And I want to take an approach tonight about prevention. I think in our world, we get sick or we have something wrong and we want to get treated right away and we want a prescription and we want this quick fix. And instead, I really want us to start thinking about prevention and what are the things that we can implement into our lifestyle every single day to help prevent all of these things from happening. Because what we know is that 75% of chronic diseases today can be prevented just by making a few simple changes in your lifestyle. All right, so I don't know about you. I'm 42 years old. And when I think about when I was growing up, I was eating from, a garden. I was drinking out of a water hose. I was playing with friends outside until my mom made me come in. If I was having fast food or sugary beverages, it was at like a super special occasion. It was not something that was ever a part of our daily routine. And today, I really think a lot of those things have been replaced with more of this convenience type of eating pattern because of the lack of time that we have. And we're busier than ever. We've got all this, screen time that's pulling us away and not interacting with families during meal times. We're spending more time at work than ever, and we're just burning the candle at both ends. So healthy living used to be simple. And tonight, what we're going to try and do is break that back down and get to some simple strategies to help you. So can you guys see the top of my screen? Or do you, yeah, okay, because your faces are up there and I can't see it. So I just want to make sure that you can see my whole slides. So there are two startling trends that I see impacting our health today. And I think the first one is from the environment. So what we're realizing is that environmental toxins are increasing. And when we think about our environmental toxins, think about, your lawn care service. If you have a pool, what are the chemicals you're putting in your pool? Dry cleaning or your beauty products, your shampoo, all of those things can leach into your body and put toxins in there that you might not even know are making an impact on your health. The second trend that we're seeing is that we are seeing a decrease in our food quality. The food that we were eating 20, 30 years ago is not as nutritionally complete as it once was. Today, you flip over a label, you see preservatives, flavor enhancers, synthetic ingredients are put in. A lot of products are genetically modified, and they're just not as nutritionally complete as they once were. And this is wreaking havoc on our bodies internally. And one of the biggest things that I'm seeing is from the, increase in the environmental toxin and the decrease in our food quality is what it is really doing to our overall health. So just for instance, think about your kitchen and the foods that you have in your kitchen. If you were going to go into your kitchen cabinet and pull out some of your kids' favorite things, you might see some of these additives on that label: food dyes, sulfur, sulfite, BHT. BHT is one of the biggest ingredients you're going to find in packaged foods, especially kids' cereals, as a preservative to maintain freshness. Natural flavor or artificial flavor, that's like code word for I can sneak anything I want into this box and you don't have to know about it. Sweeteners. We know now that some artificial sweeteners can cause cancer. And we know that high fructose corn syrup is basically like a drug in our body, and it can be more addictive than other drugs that are out there. So we have a big job to do. We have to start in our house and in our kitchen and our pantries and start taking a good look at what we're putting into our bodies. Because the environmental toxins, the decrease in our food are all leading to a buildup of oxidative stress in our bodies. And it's because of this buildup that we start to see all these different diseases coming out right now. Think about somebody you know, and the kids even, that have food allergies or gut health. So many people have digestive health issues, and it's because of these two trends with the environment and the decrease in quality of our food. You know, think about just people that are taking medication and the amount of toxins that are getting in their body from their medication, flying in an airplane. All of this increases the amount of oxidative stress in our body. And it's important to understand that, because oxidative stress is what causes aging and disease. So I love to show this example of this woman and an apple. You know, if you look at the woman, her one side, you can see accelerated aging, and then the other side, it's nice and preserved. Her skin looks healthy and young. Well, you know, over time, if you're not taking care of your body and giving your body the antioxidants that it needs, it will deteriorate, much like this apple. So if you think about an apple, and when you slice it open and you leave it on the counter, what happens? The air hits the apple and it starts to break it down, and it oxidizes and it turns brown. What do we put on the apple to stop that? We put on lemon juice. Lemon juice is a natural antioxidant that stops that degeneration of the apple. That's the same thing that happens when we flood our body with tons and tons of fruits and vegetables. And tonight, I really want you to think about where you are with your nutrition and how many fruits and vegetables that you're eating right now. So the biggest question I get all the time is, what should I eat and what do you eat? And I always say, I really try and encourage you to eat a primarily plant-based diet if you can, with as many fruits and vegetables as you can. I try and break it down and tell you that we've got our macronutrients and our micronutrients. So our macronutrients, those would be the carbs, fat, and protein that we all talk about, right? And that's the gas for our bodies. But the micronutrition is the oil. And if we do not have this in our body or in a car, it seizes and it won't continue and it will never grow. So we have to have that micronutrition in there as well. I always encourage people to shop the perimeter of the grocery store and to see all these colors that you see on this screen. Make that be what your plate looks like and get it as colorful as possible. This is a great quote that I love. Michael Pollan has so many great documentaries, but he says, eat food, not too much, and mostly plants. So that's a great goal to strive for. If you're not there yet, I'm going to share with you some simple changes that you can do tonight to get there. This is my healthy eating plate. I show this to everybody I work with, and I really love it because it's very balanced, and it shows you that half your plate should be fruits and vegetables. And the more colors that you have on your plate, the better. And what I always try and encourage people to do is eat their veggies first, and if you're hungry at the end of the meal, go back and have a second serving of vegetables before you go back and have that second serving of grains or protein. And notice too that the plate size, you know, this plate you can't really tell, but a 9-inch dinner plate is really what we're looking at. But most of us are eating off these huge 12-inch platters, and we're piling on everything, and we have no idea about our portion sizes. So maybe you start eating on dessert plates or smaller bowls, and that will just help to keep your portions a little bit more in track. So I like to re-engineer your environment a little bit too, and eat, you know, at a table, eat at a counter. Try not to eat in front of your computer or mindless eating. And we'll talk a little bit about that tonight too. Okay, so let's see where you guys are right now. I want you to just kind of think about how many servings did you eat, let's say today, for fruits and vegetables. And today might not be a great day because of the snow, but think about on average, how many fruits and vegetables do you eat every single day? You know, if you had more than 5, and I can see you, raise your hand, because I just want to give you a high five, because that is amazing if you got 5 in. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret that is way above what the average is for the Americans. And really, in fact, we need to be eating upwards of 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. And we want them to try and be raw and vine ripened, because when we know we're eating foods that are raw and vine ripened, they've got maximum nutrition. Okay, so 9 to 13 is your goal. Think about what you had today. How about your kids? How many of your kids had more than 3 servings of fruits or vegetables today? The struggle is real. So we're going to talk about a great solution that I found that can help you. So this is the facts. I did not make these up. This is based on research that fewer than 1 in 10 adults and children eat the recommended amounts of fruits and vegetables a day. And that's about 1 serving. So we all know that we can do better, myself included. I am not perfect, and that is why I found a few simple things that I've added in to really help my family be very consistent with their fruits and vegetables. Okay, so what we do know is that vegetables are so good for us that they could save our life. And we are hearing more and more about this shift towards plant-based eating. So we're going to focus a lot on that tonight. And how do we do that? And how do we make it appealing to ourselves and to our kids? And, you know, a lot of times people will come into my office and meet with me and they'll say, well, I just am going to take a multivitamin to fill in, you know, what I don't get from my diet because I'm just such a poor eater. And I say to them, you know what? Nobody in this world has vitamin deficiencies. The problem is we've got whole food deficiencies. And so we're going to talk about how do we get more whole foods into your diet. And when I look at vitamins, I've never been a believer of vitamins throughout my grad school. All my research, there has never been solid support of what multivitamins can do for your body. So I never even took them, even when I was pregnant, because I knew that they were just not bioavailable. But you think about it, most Americans, that's what they're turning to because a doctor is recommending it. But yet a doctor doesn't even have any nutrition education. You know, that's where us, the food experts, the dietitians really come into play. And we try and educate you on getting your nutrition through whole foods. And so if you think about a vitamin label, it's very isolated as far as the amount of nutrients that you're getting. It's fragmented too because, you know, it might list vitamin E on there, but there's 8 forms of vitamin E that you get from eating just broccoli. You're only getting 1 form from this food label or from the label that's found on your vitamin. So there's no comparison when you think about eating an apple that you see here on the screen and the thousands of phytochemicals and antioxidants that you get from an apple. So I like to encourage people to get their nutrients from whole food nutrition. And that's hard to do. We just heard 9 to 13 servings is our goal. So how do we do that? Well, I'm really lucky that I was introduced to an amazing way to do this. It's been like probably the biggest blessing that I've had for my family over the last 6 years for us to get more fruits and vegetables in. And it's this whole food product called Juice Plus. Some of you may have heard of it before, and some of you may be just learning about it tonight. And just to give you a background, what Juice Plus is, it's 30 raw vine ripened fruits and vegetables. And like I said earlier, the vine ripened is so important because over half of our nutrients are lost in the first 2 to 3 days of when something is picked. So we have realized that in order to maintain the integrity of all this nutrition, you want to pick from the vine and immediately, you know, broken down into this capsule form so that we can ingest it and get all that benefit from it. So when they make this product, they put the whole peel in from the orange. They put all the seeds in. Everything goes in, the leaves. It's like getting this huge rainbow and variety of fresh produce every single day. And I say it bridges my nutritional gap every day, but it also bridges my kids' nutritional gap every single day. I also love it because it has a food label. So I don't know about you, but I've been in this industry, like I said, for 19 years. And to come across a product that has a food label is rare to almost non-existent. So when I mean food label is that on the back of these capsules, there's a nutrition label. Same label you're going to see on a bag of frozen broccoli in a grocery store. It is just fruits and vegetables. I also love that they're all non-GMO, they're dairy-free, they're gluten-free. I primarily worked in sports nutrition, so an NSF certification basically is my gold standard to say that what is in that product is exactly what's going to be absorbed in your body and 100% absorbed. It's the third-party assurance to let me know that if I were to recommend this to a college athlete, there would never be a risk for them to get a positive drug test for something synthetic or added in there. So that is huge. That is really big. That doesn't happen a lot in the supplement world. But I will say I am a science geek more than anything. And being a dietitian, I have a lot on the line when I talk about recommending certain things. And the fact that there are over 35 gold standard published studies showing the benefits of this when we eat Juice Plus, from, decreasing oxidative stress to boosting our immunity to helping with our gum health. That is so important to me because I can feel confident sharing it, but I also can really feel good about being a mom and giving it to my kids. And that's how I first started as a customer. All right. So here's some of the research. If you ever wanted to see some of it, I'm sure the person who invited you on the call tonight can share the research. I did read a lot of it when I first started, but I'm sure many of you might not want to do that. But we are fortunate enough to be partnered with some of the most prestigious, institutions around the world that are conducting these studies. The other thing I love is that the company about 10 years ago surveyed some customers and wanted to find out, what is that next thing that you're looking for to increase your health? And it kept coming back to omegas. And I think we all can say that we know the benefits of omegas, but most of you probably know and hear about fish oil and omega-3. Well, what we have done is we've created a plant-based omega, and we've cut out the middleman. We cut out the fish. So the fish eat the plants, and that's actually how they get their omegas. We went right to the source. And not only did we get the omega from the plants, but we also added in omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And this is one of the first products ever to use cold fusion technology, which really preserves the oils so that they're not exposed to heat and that oxidation doesn't happen. So we are having, did you hear my son yell? He's out there. They're playing basketball. That is one of the best ways to maintain, the integrity of this omega. And it is amazing. Great for heart, brain, joints, eye, and health. So that's one simple change that I added into my diet about 6 years ago. And now I want to share with you a few other simple changes that I really think you can start today to really start on that health journey that you're looking for. And I want you to think about these simple changes and break them down. Make them small, incremental changes. Maybe every 2-3 weeks, once you conquer something, you move on, but make them realistic, and they must fit into your lifestyle. I always say to people, when you're creating goals, set yourself up for success. You don't want to set yourself up and say, I'm never going to do this again, or I can't eat this, or I'm going to exercise every day for an hour. No. It has to be measurable, and it must be positive. You must look forward to it. You must get a positive outcome from doing it. It can't be an all or nothing approach. So the first thing is get your kids involved. If you do have children, I think it's really important to have your kids involved with recipe development, helping them pack their lunches, make sure if you are packing lunches that they have protein in them. I always say the protein, produce, and a treat. That's my basic thing when I'm helping kids pack lunches. Make sure too that if you are making a grocery list, I love the Instacart app. I don't know if you guys have ever used that, but it's a great way to keep you on track with your eating, but it also saves you so much time. And when I'm working with kids, I say to them, listen, your mom is not a short order cook. She's not going to make you and your 3 siblings something different. You get 2 options for breakfast and lunch, and that's it. And whatever they get is what they get. So bottom line, if you don't want them to eat it, don't buy it. Don't bring it in the house. Just leave it out. You will save yourself a lot of time. Okay. Another simple change is starting with breakfast. Most important meal of the day. When I look at the word breakfast, I think of break the fast, right? We sleep overnight. Our body blood sugar has dropped. And so we have to eat every, morning when we get up. And if you can eat within an hour of getting up, that's your body's ability to kind of get the metabolism going. And I say our body has a 12-hour food clock from first bite to last bite. So the faster you can get in there, the more your metabolism is going to kick in. And I always say add in protein in the morning because it helps keep you full longer and helps your blood sugar stay stable. My favorite thing and what we do a lot because we're busy in the morning is a plant-based smoothie. And I love this, the Juice Plus Complete Smoothie Mix, mainly because, again, it has that nutrition label on it. I would be sent so many samples of protein shakes and they would have so many synthetic ingredients in it, or I would ask whoever was sharing it with me, is it okay if I give this to my kids? They would say no, and I would think, well, why would I take it if my kids can't have it? And so I just love that this is plant-based, plus it has lots of hidden fruits and vegetables in it and a prebiotic. So it's like they're getting all pomegranate in there and alpha sprouts and broccoli, and they don't even know it. It's delicious. So some things that we do for breakfast is we'll make smoothies, like I said. We do smoothie bowls, overnight oats. These little banana boats are really fun for the kids to get involved with. I also like to make energy bites out of the smoothie mix. Sometimes I will make complete popsicles using that plant-based smoothie mix. Today, we actually made hot chocolate because it was so cold, and that was what we had, you know, after school. And then I'll do a snack tray sometimes, and I'll whip up that plant-based smoothie mix, like I said, with maybe 4 ounces of almond milk into a pudding consistency, and they'll dip all these fruits and veggies in it, and it's delicious. It's like cheating. You know, they think it's Nutella, but not really. Okay, another thing is to think about is water. How much water are you drinking? So next simple change, think about your water intake. Are you drinking enough water? I mean, ideally, you should be drinking 1 to 2 cups of water before every single meal. But you need to be careful. There's a lot of marketing out there, and you want to avoid waters that have added sugar. And the goal is to be drinking half your body weight in fluid ounces of water every single day. So if water is one of your biggest challenges, that's maybe where you start tonight. Is I'm going to start with water. And here's a couple good tips. Lemon water first thing in the morning before coffee, before food is so good for just setting your body's pH. It helps to flush out toxins. It hydrates you. It's good if you have, you know, a sore throat. Just an amazing thing to do the first thing in the water. And here are just some other tips about the benefits of drinking the water first in the morning. They have shown that it can help a little bit with boosting your metabolism. But I think it's just a good thing to do in general, because a lot of times when people are dehydrated, they think they're hungry, but really they just need to be getting more water in their body. So think about that. Here's a little chart to show you how much your kids should be drinking. So, you know, I have 14-year-old and 11-year-old and 8-year-old boys, so they need at least 8 cups a day of water. So you can kind of think where you are with your family. And then I work a lot with athletes, so we talk a lot about pee. And this is what I show them. I say, take a look at your urine and see what it looks like. And if you go to bed every night and it looks like 1, 2, or 3, then you're hydrated. But the darker, the more water that you need to drink. And this is also why I like you to think about when you take vitamins. Is this what your pee looks like after you take your vitamins? That is because it's not bioavailable and being absorbed into the body. And the amazing thing is after we take our Juice Plus, there is no change because everything is absorbed right in. All right, next simple change is exercise. So how are you doing with exercise? You know, some of you may be like, I am not into exercise. I don't like to do it. Well, we have to find a favorite way for you to sweat. You know, what do you love to do? Do you like to dance? Do you like to swim? Whatever it is, but figure it out and make it fun and not just focus on doing it for weight. It's for health. It's for energy. It's for better sleep. It's for better digestion. And there is a great resource that the person who invited you tonight can share with you, the Fitness Revolution book. It's a complete catalog of all different exercises from somebody who has never stepped foot in a gym to somebody who exercises 7 days a week. There is something for everybody, kids included. So this is a great resource. We also have videos that we can share with you too that you can do right at your home. So if, you know, the gym closes or there's inclement weather, you've got no excuse. All right. So I think too, the next one simple change is you want to think about is being more mindful with your eating. This is really, really a big thing that I see when I'm working with people is that they're mindless when they're eating. They have no idea what they're doing because they're eating in front of the computer or TV, and they don't have any intuition about what is going on. Am I full? Am I hungry? Or am I just part of the clean plate club? Like when it's gone, then I must be done, you know? And so I want you to think about trying to be more mindful and not have these distractions. It takes almost the first bite of when you eat to when you finish 20 minutes to go into your brain and to register to your stomach that you've actually had something to eat. So you definitely need to slow down and be a little bit more mindful. Okay, next simple change that we're going to think about is sleep. So how does lack of sleep affect your health? Well, for those of you that really, really struggle with sleep, research has shown us that people that are getting under 5 hours of sleep usually have a lot of these things that we're seeing on the screen: weight gain, a decreased immune system, depression, They're not a consistent exerciser. They usually crave sugar, and sometimes they can have high blood pressure. So looking at your sleep, what are you doing before you go to bed? Are you on your phone or screen the minute before your head hits the pillow? And start to take some time to really, really, pull back and slow down before you go to bed. And this is what happens, to your body if you don't have enough sleep. There is a total hormone, influx going on. Cortisol is not working properly, which means you're hungry all the time. Two appetite controlling hormones, ghrelin and leptin, get all confused, and their signals of when you're full and when you're hungry don't work properly. Your insulin levels change, which can make your glucose levels rise, and thyroid levels can change. So if you're somebody that already struggles with thyroid, sleep is so important to you. It helps regulate these hormones. So we must get in at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Okay, I'm almost done. Hang in there with me. All right, so the one last simple change that we're going to talk about is being positive and the importance of unwinding. So this really goes hand in hand, I feel like, with getting that good sleep in. And I started doing a gratitude journal a few years ago and my kids do it with me too, is where, we'll wake up in the morning and just kind of think, okay, I'm so grateful for whatever is happening today. And then I do it again at night. And I just have this abundance amount of gratitude for the fact that, I got to sleep in today. That was like a gift, and it's a small thing, and it's a shift in your mindset. But it also is really good to help you unwind. And if you're somebody who's anxious all the time and stressful, deep breathing exercises are great. You can get apps on your phone that will take you through a deep breathing exercise, and it just helps you to release a little bit. And there's some great guided meditations that you can find online as well. All right, so I shared with you a few simple changes, and those were simple changes that I feel like, you could do those tonight. You could just jump right in and pick one of them. But if you're somebody that is really looking to jumpstart their health, and you're like, I need to get involved with a program and I need support, then I would invite you to really take a look at our Shred 10 program. So the Shred 10 is a program that I do every month. It starts the first Monday of the month, and it's for 10 days. And it's a reset program. It's a way for you to realign your habits, to maybe shred some habits that are not serving you, shred some toxins, and just get focused again on what your health goals are. And I'll tell you, as a dietitian, I never have gotten behind any type of structured plan like this. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, none of them, because I never felt that there was education involved. And if you don't know what's going on in your body, and if you can't identify the things that aren't serving you, you're just going to keep repeating and repeating this vicious cycle. And that's why I love this program, is because for 10 days, you're partnered with somebody and they help coach you along on this program, and they help get you through, maybe a setback, and coach you and encourage you to say, you got this, we're going to drink more water and we're going to do this. And, I'll meet you tomorrow and we'll go for a walk, or, check out all these awesome recipes in the cookbook. So this is just a great program to help jumpstart you into whatever your health goals are. And then we partner with you for 3 or 4 months after that, or for 3 or 4 years after that. Once you come into our community, that's what I, really love most. And that's why I have decided to partner with this company, is because of the community and the people. Everybody I meet just wants to help people. We just want to inspire you to be the best version of you. And we've got so many resources to do that. So whether it's the one simple changes that I shared tonight, whether it's the Shred 10, we've got a couple other resources that we can share with you too. I'll show you in the next slide. But, think about these action steps and start to think about, what do you want to do right now in 2019? Can you incorporate one simple change tonight? Wake up tomorrow, drink your lemon water. And if you can't do that tomorrow, what can you do? So ask yourself, what can I do? And once you start on these changes, keep adding them every 2 to 3 weeks. Like I said, maybe it's just a matter of increasing 1 extra serving of fruits and veggies every day. Make food fun though. Try not to make it too restrictive, because the moment you say diet is when you die inside and you're not going to want to eat. So instead, shift that mindset and make it fun. Make it appetizing. Find the foods that you do want to eat and maybe decrease them, and crowd out those, not foods that are not serving you with the foods that should be serving you. increase your water, plan some menus with your kids, get them involved. And I love the Juice Plus products. I would definitely recommend trying the Omega Blend. I also think vitamin D is important, and adding in the antioxidant phytochemical supplement like Juice Plus is a huge, huge shift. And it could be the catalyst that you need to help you on this journey and help you start those one simple changes. So there's a lot of great resources. Like we said, just being a part of this call tonight, the person who invited you can share with you a free cookbooks. We have a free kids program. We have online support groups. We have tons of live and online educational events like we're at right now tonight. And it just goes on and on and on. We want to partner with you and take you on this journey and really help you succeed at it. And that's, like I said, why I wanted to be a part of it. I just love the community so much. So I'm going to leave you with this. I think the strongest lesson, I'm a mom in case you can't tell, but the strongest lesson you'll teach your kids is how to treat yourself. So, be that role model. And even if you don't have kids, you probably are a role model to somebody in your life, maybe a coworker or a sibling or a parent. They might look at you and think, gosh, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. I went pretty fast, Ro. I was good. So
Yes,
if there's time at the end, I'd be happy to answer a couple questions, but I'm going to pass it back to you, Gigi.
Thank you so much, Jess. That was really inspiring, and hopefully we all have something, at least one thing. I have 2 pages worth of things, takeaways that I can use to help start. Now we'll hear from our area team leader, Ro Melnick. Thanks, Ro.
wow. I was just blown away, Jess. Thank you so very much. So grateful and honored to have you join us tonight. Let me briefly take 4 minutes to tell you about myself and a little bit about the company, because I know that when I aligned myself, I wanted to check out the company because I'm a national marketing director with the company, but I'm formerly an elementary teacher and a college professor, and I love teaching. But I resigned teaching to join this company in their mission to inspire healthy living over 23 years ago. You can see how passionate Jess is. Why, you might say, would I leave my tenure, my pension and my salary behind to join a marketing company when I had no experience in marketing? Well, it's the community, just like Jess said. My story actually began in a hospital bed, though. The doctors were trying to figure out how to use gravity to assist in getting the water out of my legs without having to lie me down, because it would result in excruciating pain from the pleurisy in my chest. You see, my kidneys were failing secondary to the systemic lupus, which I was diagnosed with when I was 22 in college. I suffered with arthritis, liver involvement, bowel problems, 2 kidney failures, and I was always tired, achy, and lethargic. I took tons of medicines and vitamins, just like Jess was saying, to no avail. I changed my diet, but I still had flares. The side effects of the over-the-counter and prescription medications were a torture in and of themselves. I was administered these drugs, I was told by MD, to avoid me going on dialysis. If they did not work, that was my next step. To add more insult to injury, my former husband of 13 years said to me, "You're too sick for me to stay with you. I want a divorce." We divorced in 1989. Now, it took 3.5 months of me detoxing from the medications with the Juice Plus and the changes that Jess spoke to you tonight and the suggestions for me to even notice a difference in my health. But as I continuously got better, my doctor weaned me off the medications. So changing your diet the way Jess said and taking the Juice Plus products lowered the inflammation in my body, contributed to a healthier immune system, improved my hair and skin, and gave me so many other health benefits. I also started to crave more fruits and vegetables. I've been symptom-free with energy and vitality with no medications for over 20 years. I also might add, I married my divorce attorney. We have 2 healthy young men, Tyler 25 and Dustin 20. Today, at almost 62, I'm healthier than I was in my 20s. My team and I, work and help people with various health challenges, elite athletes, and people that want to stay on the side of prevention. What attracted me to the business was its simplicity and its flexibility. I was able to go on all my kids' class trips, attend their athletic events, and be there for them while sharing these great products and, you know, a healthier way of living. And to me, there's no greater freedom than being able to do the things we love with the ones we love. And that's what this Juice Plus company offers you. My team and I essentially share Juice Plus and our business with others on calls and videos like this, one-on-one and through live educational events. I more than replaced my income from teaching kindergarten and college. I receive a corporate package that's comparable to many CEOs in big businesses, nothing like I would receive as a teacher. Our business is for people that want to help people while helping themselves. You know, we have people with us with full-time jobs and moms with full-time jobs taking care of their kids. People do our business for various reasons, perhaps to contribute to a household, make a car payment, you know, to put their kids through school. For some, like Jessica and I, this has become our full-time mission, you know, helping people to live a healthier life. Keep in mind, it's possible to have an income while choosing where you want to work, when you want to work, and with whom you want to work. We have thousands of others are living proof of it. We invite you to get back to the person that invited you to this call and to discuss adding those, you know, the Juice Plus products to your life and the changes that Jess mentioned tonight, okay, to enhance yours and your family's health. You might also want to talk to them about how you can weave this into a busy lifestyle. Talk to them about how you can get those products at the very best price. You too can acquire better health, more purpose, more fun, and even more money. So thank you for joining us tonight.